All right, so I'm gonna be honest. I used to feel some type of way when the people that I was closest to in the world were not supporting my ideas and my initiatives in the way that I felt like they should be supporting them. I got over that a long time ago, and I focus on connecting with people who are genuinely excited and interested in the things that I'm doing. So, in connecting with those people, I figured out how to talk to people about my ideas in a way that gets them excited about them as well. And that's what we're going to talk about today: how to get people excited about your business idea and how you can talk about your ideas in a way that makes people want to know more. So, first things first, you got to find people who care. I know it hurts to hear, but not everybody cares about your idea. Okay, so take me for example. When people have conversations about their dogs, I just genuinely don't care because I don't like dogs. I don't like them. I don't care about dogs. Now, when my friends talk to me about their dogs, do I cut them off and be like, don't talk to me about your dog? No, I will listen politely. I will laugh when it's appropriate. I will make appropriate comments, but I will not be genuinely interested in the dog because I just don't care about dogs, like not even a little bit. Or celebrities, for example, like when people talk about Real Housewives and Love and what's that thing called? Love and Hip Hop or whatever. I truly don't care. I don't know these people. I don't know these people's names, their faces. I just don't care. And it's very hard for me to feign interest in a subject that I care very little about. That's how people feel. That's how your friends and your family feel when you try to push your ideas on them. Will they engage you in a conversation because they care about you? Sure. But will they necessarily be like gung-ho to support you in the way that you want them to support you? Not if they are not the real audience for your idea or your venture. Everybody is not your audience, even if they are the people that you love. So don't try to force feed your ideas to them. Instead, find your tribe, your community of people who are just as passionate about this topic, this subject as you are. Because it's much easier to have a conversation that gets people excited if both parties are actually interested in the topic. So number one, find the people who care and talk to them about your idea. The second thing, and this is a little bit hard to accept, but it's very important to realize. Number two is to remember that it's not about you. It's just not. It's not about you. If you are talking to someone who you do not know, if you are talking to a stranger about your idea or your business, you need to initially position that conversation in a way that is about them. Why should they care about this idea that you have or this business you've created? Because talking about it in the context of you, it doesn't really mean much to them because they don't know you. They don't know you, so they don't care about you for real. Like they might care about you in a, I don't know, like I'm a human, you're a human, so I care kind of type of way. But do they care enough for real? No, because they don't know you. So let me give you an example. I meet someone on the street and it comes up that I have a podcast and we start talking about my podcast. If they ask me what my podcast is about, I wouldn't initially launch into a story about me. So I wouldn't say, oh man, I've been wanting to start a podcast for a long time. I used to listen to podcasts 10 years ago and I would always listen to them on the way to work, and I and me and I. They would tune out very quickly because they don't know me. So what I did really doesn't matter to them. Instead, I would position that conversation to say something along the lines of, have you ever felt like, you didn't have just one true calling? Like there were so many interests that you had that you just didn't know how to choose and really didn't feel like you wanted to choose, like you wanted to do both of those things. You were equally passionate and interested in both of those things. That's how I would open up that conversation, because then I made it about them. They're thinking about their life and their thoughts and their ideas. And maybe they don't necessarily agree with me. Like maybe they haven't had that experience. But either way, it still causes them to think about themselves, and it automatically gets them engaged in the conversation. You see how that's different from if I would have said, I used to listen to podcasts and I did this and I did that. It's a completely different experience. It's a completely different conversation. So remember that it's not about you, and you want to position the conversation about your business in a way that makes it relevant to the person you are talking to. The last thing is to focus on the transformation, not the process. And I should say right here that this idea did not come from me. I actually learned what I'm about to talk to you about from a TED Talk. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what that TED Talk was. I'm really bad about saving these things after I watch them. If I remember what it is at any time, I will post it on my Instagram page, but I just honestly don't remember what it was. I did, however, want to put out there that like, this is not my idea. I did not make this up, but it is very relevant in crafting what you say to get other people excited about your business. So number 3 is to focus on the transformation that your business creates, not the process or the way that it creates it. The details about the process can come later, but to get a person initially interested in your idea, to get that buy-in from them, the most powerful way to do that is to let them know what the transformation is that you create through your business. Let's take my healthcare copywriting business, for example, right? In that business, I do copywriting and content marketing strategy for private healthcare providers. If I was talking to an independent pharmacist and they asked me what my business was about, I would not say, I get on a phone call with a private healthcare provider and I ask them about the services they provide, and I ask them about their competition, and I ask them about their website, and I ask them about their customers, and then I create an outline for their website and I write the copy. That is the process. That is not the transformation that I help the independent pharmacist achieve. What I would say is, I help independent healthcare providers attract new patients and retain their existing patients. That's the transformation. That is the ultimate goal that I help them achieve. It doesn't matter how I help them do that. I mean, like it does, but for that initial conversation to get that buy-in, the hook is to let them know what the result is, what the outcome is. The outcome is that you increase your bottom line because you are attracting new patients and you are keeping your old ones. That's the bottom line. It doesn't matter how I help you get to that point. First, I want you to know what point I'm helping you get to. And then I can talk about how I help you get to that point. Okay, so for you to figure out what your transformation is, what your business helps someone achieve, what the outcome, the result is, think about what you help people do. What do you help them achieve? What do you help them accomplish? After they work with you or after they use your product, how are they different? How are they better? What is the transformation that you have helped them achieve through your service or through your product? And that result, that outcome, that's what you want to talk to people about when you're telling them about your business, because that gets them excited. If I say, I help independent healthcare providers increase their bottom lines by attracting new patients and retaining the existing ones, people are like, oh, wow, how do you do that? You know, that naturally leads to more questions. If I give them a step-by-step rundown of this entire process, they're not going to have any more questions. They're going to be bored and they're going to be trying to figure out how to get out of this conversation. So it's all about the way that you frame it and the way that you get that buy-in in the conversation. That's how you get people excited about your idea. They get excited about the transformation. They don't get excited about the process. It's hard to remember all of this in the moment. And so one really helpful way that the person, I cannot remember who again, but this person talked about in the TED Talk was to create like a template statement that you say when people ask you about your business. I help insert what type of person, do insert what type of thing, so that they can insert transformation. Okay, so let me give you an example. I help independent healthcare providers create copywriting and content marketing strategies so that they can increase their bottom line by attracting new patients and retaining their existing patients. So you can use that template to practice your business conversation opener, and you can practice that until you feel really comfortable with it. When someone asks you, like, you can just say that on the spot and not have to like fumble around trying to figure out how to talk to someone about your business. If you create it using that template, that's a very powerful way to convey what that transformation is, who you help to achieve that transformation, and how you and what you help them do to achieve that transformation. And that will naturally, if you have found a person that cares and you have automatically positioned it in a way that it's not about you, you know, that will help you really start an engaging conversation about what your business idea is and get people excited about it. You will have better clarity about what you do, and naturally the person that you are talking to will clearly understand what it is that you do, and it gives them the opportunity to be really excited about it and learn more. So hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you are enjoying the Q2 Business Basics series. If you have not yet, go back to last week's episode, which was all about storytelling. Raina Campbell, the founder and host of the Dreams and Drive podcast, came by the Lazy Millennial Lounge to talk about her PRND formula for creating a powerful, compelling story. So I think that pairs nicely with this week's Side Note Sunday episode. That was episode 79 on the podcast. So make sure you head to Apple Podcasts or Spotify to listen to Raina's episode. Share them with a friend, and I'll see y'all next time.